leaving Hualaca and going to Boca Raton. Apparently, what supplies power to all of Panama.
Money does it cost to go to Chucará and back in a boat?
¿Cuánto se va en solo el combustible para ir a Chucará, ida y vuelta? 60 gallons. $4.80, almost $5 per gallon.
Who do you know that sacrifices that kind of stuff?
¿Cuántos de ustedes conocen que sacrifican ese tipo de cosas?
And he just stays on going.
Y lo hace permanentemente.
We want to pray for them, their family, their business, the ministry here.
Queremos orar por ellos, su familia, su negocio, el ministerio aquí.
Pray that God would just continue to link our hearts together.
Y orar para que Dios continúe uniendo nuestros corazones.
Amen.
We are in Boca del Toro, and this is the staging area for this whole project, right? Cherokee Grande, Fabion's house. Cherokee Grande. It's the staging area where the boats and all were a minute ago when I was out there for this whole entire province. And this guy here has been building churches hours and hours down the river from here for years. Night. Hotel hammock. And there's the bathroom. I don't think there's any hot water. Friends.
Oh, he's talking about how you said he had the best location in the house. He was telling you it wasn't the best location.
Well, first of all, we had
Because of
Jeff.
him.
We had Jeff.
Any location down within about a 100-yard radius of right here was not a good location.
Oh, no.
Did you not hear him snoring like that?
I hear him.
This is our second location in the community of La Gloria. And we're getting ready to start pouring any minute. So here's the process. We're taking all this gravel and sand that's already mixed together, putting in the mixer over there. Got guys rotating out in wheelbarrows, guys rotating out, shoveling in the buckets, taking turns, and then going in there and pouring where I just came from.
Very pleased with everybody's effort.
Estoy complacido con el esfuerzo de cada uno.
Everybody worked hard and did whatever it took.
Todos trabajaron duro y hicieron lo que necesitaban.
Pastor Brad's going to say some things to us.
Pastor Brad nos va a dirigir a nosotros.
We're dedicating the church. This is the last church of the week.
Estamos predicando esta iglesia.
Before he comes, I asked Pastor Ronnie
Antes de que venga Brad, llama al Pastor Ronnie
just to give a testimony about how all this came about.
para dar un testimonio de cómo fue que se hizo todo esto.
About 7 years ago,
Hace como 7 años atrás,
we were doing a crusade up in Changanola.
estábamos haciendo una cruzada en Changuinola.
We did a few days in Changanola and went across the border into Costa Rica and did a few days up there.
Hicimos varios días en Changuinola y fuimos y cruzamos la frontera y también hicimos la campaña allá.
And if I'm not mistaken, Cairo there was in Changanola at that crusade.
Y si no me equivoco, Cairo estaba en Changuinola en esa cruzada.
That was about 7 years ago.
Ese fue hace como 7 años atrás.
And he talked to Manuel Clark, who I'd never met before, but Manuel was there to do the electric for the stage.
Y él había también conversado con Manuel, quien yo no había conocido tampoco, porque él estaba haciendo la electricidad del estadio.
Apparently, me and Cairo happened to be at the same place at the same time, but we never talked.
Y Cairo y yo estuvimos en el mismo lugar, pero no habíamos conversado.
God is about working things out.
Y Dios está en el asunto de lograr que las cosas funcionen.
We've got friends in common.
Tenemos amigos en
Laurencio
común.
Navas
Laurencio Navas,
and Astupo on the
en
Atlantic.
en el Atlántico.
And he's from the Atlantic, and he's all the way over here.
Y él es del Atlántico en Ustupo y está viviendo acá.
And you're from Astupo también?
Y es de Ustupo.
Isn't it crazy how God just orchestrates events?
Locura como Dios organiza las cosas.
So here we are 7 years later,
Aquí estamos 7 años después
and we're just part of God's plan.
y estamos parte del plan de Dios.
That's good stuff, isn't it?
Es algo interesante.
This is one of my favorite things to do,
Esta es una de las cosas favoritas que me gusta hacer.
and to be able to do it with my son, and to be able to do it as a father and son team, our whole team,
Poder hacerlo con mi hijo y hacerlo como un equipo de padre e hijo
makes it even more special.
lo hace más especial.
Story goes that Elijah had declared a famine to the king,
La historia va que Elías había declarado que iba a haber una sequía.
and when he did, God told him, said, "I want you to go down to the creek,
Cuando él lo hizo, Dios le dijo, quiero que vayas a la quebrada
and I'm going to take care of you."
y yo voy a cuidar de ti en ese arroyo.
All of us standing here have seen God work this week, and we know God's taking care of us.
Todos nosotros nos hemos dado cuenta de que Dios nos cuidó durante esta semana.
As Elijah was by the brook, God sent food by the birds.
Cuando Elías estaba en el arroyo, Dios mandó alimento con los pájaros.
He drank out of the creek.
Él bebió del arroyo.
But because of the situation in life,
Pero por causa de la situación en la vida,
because of where he was, the creek dried up,
por causa de donde estaba, el arroyo se secó
and the birds stopped bringing food.
y los pájaros dejaron de traer alimento.
And God spoke to him, and the words that he spoke are so powerful.
Y Dios habló a él y las palabras que le dijo fue tan poderosa.
He told him, he said, I want you to go down to the city called Zarephath.
Le dijo, quiero que vayas a la ciudad llamada Zarephath.
And he said, there I have prepared a widow that's going to take care of you.
Y dice, ahí he preparado una viuda que va a cuidar de ti.
Over 7 years ago,
Más de 7 años atrás,
God already put things in motion for us to be here.
ya Dios
Amen.
había puesto las cosas en moción, en caminar para que estuviéramos aquí hoy.
There's still going to be times in our lives where things don't go the way we think they should.
Siempre habrán cosas en nuestra vida que no funcionan como nosotros quisiéramos.
Elijah was in God's will,
Elías estaba en la voluntad de Dios
and the creek still dried up.
y aún el arroyo se secó.
If I can say anything to you today,
Si yo les puedo decir algo hoy,
is being in God's will
es que estar en la voluntad de Dios
doesn't eliminate difficulty.
no elimina las dificultades.
But when you know you're in God's will, you can survive and you can overcome difficulty.
Pero cuando sabes que estás en la voluntad de Dios, tú puedes sobrevivir las
Don't
dificultades.
worry about right now,
No te preocupes de ahora mismo,
because I've already got your future prepared.
porque ya tengo tu futuro preparado.
Don't worry about the things on your mind right now,
No te preocupes de las cosas que están en tu mente ahora mismo,
because God has already got you taken care of.
porque Dios ya se ha encargado de ti.
It's easy to look back and see that.
Es fácil mirar atrás y ver eso.
It's difficult to look forward.
Es difícil mirar hacia adelante.
And that's where faith comes in.
Y ahí es donde entra la fe. Solo quiero darle gracias a Dios por esta preciosa oportunidad que Él nos ha regalado. Just want to give God thanks for this precious moment that He has granted to us para poder venir y ser parte de una obra tan especial. To be part of a special work that God is doing in this community. Siguiendo lo que dijo el pastor Brad, 7 años después llegaremos y veremos una iglesia completa, totalmente funcionando, lleno de gente que antes eran alcohólicos, que antes eran borrachos, que antes eran drogadictos, que antes eran ladrones, que estarán alabando y bendiciendo el nombre del Señor. 7 years, just going along with what Pastor Brad said, 7 years from now, we're going to come back and we're going to see a church completed, walls all covered, and we're going to see the church packed with people that today are drug addict, are alcoholic, are people who are living in sin. 7 years from now, that church will be packed with people that they would have not been there if we did not did this sacrifice that we did this week. So, thank you.
Siento muy gozoso esta tarde, ¿verdad?
My heart is full of joy.
Tanto tiempo que nosotros está esperando la iglesia.
So many years that we have been waiting for a church.
Hace 24 años entregaron ese lote para la iglesia.
24 years ago, they gave that lot for a church to be built.
No he hecho nada.
No one were able to build the church.
Mi sueño nunca no ha terminado.
My dream had never came true.
Y pensando siempre algún día que vamos a tener una iglesia.
But we were always thinking, someday we will have a church.
Y ahora por realidad que tenemos una iglesia.
And now it's a reality, we have a church.
Para la comunidad entera aquí en La Gloria.
For the entire community of La Gloria.
Nosotros vamos a seguir adelante.
And we're going to follow up.
Gracias que usted vino, todos los norteamericanos vienen tan lejos.
Thank God all of you North Americans came from so far.
Para apoyar en la comunidad.
To support our community.
Para todos los jóvenes.
For all of the young men.
Para toda la comunidad entera.
For all of this community.
Por eso yo agradezco mucho a mi Dios.
That's why I'm thankful to the Lord.
Tanto a ustedes.
All of you.
Que está presente.
That are present.
Gracias.
Thank you. Thank you.
Aleluya.